Hello everyone. In this video we will learn about the human heart. This is the part of 12th biology, respiration and circulation. Do you know where the heart is lies? A heart is lies inside the rib cage. In this picture you can see here these are the rib cage, right? So heart lies inside the rib cage. It is placed between our lungs. So where is the lungs? Here this structure is lungs. And where is the heart? This is the heart. So heart lies inside the rib cage. It is placed between our lungs. Right? It is cone-shaped muscular organ and it measures the size of your fist. It is tilted to the left side. Okay, here you can see it is tilted to the left side. Right? And next one, the specialty of heart, its muscles never stop working. Okay, why? This heart is made up of cardiac muscles. So the specialty of this muscles, it muscles never stop working. Right? In the heart, both type of blood, oxygen rich blood and carbon dioxide rich blood flows. In this picture you can see the heart is divided. Okay, so here this area is a oxygen rich blood and this area for the carbon dioxide rich blood. Right? How it is possible? Let's see in the next slide. In this picture you can see here the chambers of heart. Why these chambers are present? To prevent the mixing of two type of blood, the heart is divided into chambers. Okay, where these are chambers? Here these are the upper chamber and now here is the lower chambers, right? So for preventing the mixing of blood, heart is divided into chambers. Okay, what is the name of these chambers? Let's learn. One of the left side. One of the left side. Which is the left side? This is the left side. Okay. One of the left side lies the upper chamber or left atrium. What is the name of upper chambers? That are the atrium. When it is lies the left side, so this is called the left atrium. Right? So upper chamber lies left side, so the name is left atrium. Right? When you see the next one over here, below the left atrium lies the left ventricle, where it is placed on here. Okay, left atrium, that is the upper chamber. Okay, and when you see the lower chamber, that is the left ventricle. So where it is present, left ventricle, below the left atrium lies the left ventricle on, right? And the next one is what is in right side. Here the same, on the right side lies the upper chamber or the right atrium. Okay, so here this is the right atrium. Okay, and the next below this chamber lies the right ventricle. Okay, so means lower chambers is larger and called the ventricles, and upper chambers that is smaller than the lower chamber that called the atrium. When it lies in a left side, so name is left atrium, and the next below the left atrium left ventricle is present. When you see the right side, the same format is present. Upper chamber called the right atrium and lower chamber called the right ventricle, right? How these chambers are separated? In this slide you can see the chambers are divided by the septum. Here in this picture, this one, this is called the septum. So right ventricle and left, right side and left side also divided. Okay, how this divided? That is divided with the help of septum, right? In this slide, now how this upper chamber and lower chamber is divided, means left atrium and left ventricle, how this is divided. Okay, so there are walls in the heart. Okay, where it is, these walls, which one? This wall and this wall. Okay, this is the right atrium. Here this is the right atrium, this is the left atrium, this is the right ventricle, and here this is the left ventricle. Okay, so these are horizontally, they are separated. Vertically they are separated with the help of septum. Okay, and vertically, what is the separate these walls, that separate these chambers? There is the walls are present. What is the function of this wall? Walls in the heart that prevent the black flow of blood. It means they do not allow flow of blood in the reverse direction. How it is possible? When blood comes in the heart, okay, so walls are present over here. Okay, so when it present, when that blood enters in heart, it will be not allowed to backflow. Okay, well, because you know about that heart is conducting system, pumping organ continuously, that contract and relax. So when in a fun time blood enters into the heart, so it is prevented by walls to backflow of this blood, right? So this is very important. In this picture, in this slide, you can see the how this heart is work. Okay, so how this heart is work and what is the function of this heart. Okay, oxygen rich blood, oxygen rich blood passes through the left side of the heart. Okay, so where it is, this is the left lungs. Okay, here the left lungs, here the right lungs, because in previous slide you have already seen there is a heart is present in between both the lungs. Okay, you know the lungs, two lungs in our human body. Okay, so right lungs and left lung. So here you can see oxygen rich blood, oxygen rich blood from where? From the left side of the heart. Okay, and the carbon dioxide rich blood passes to the right side of the heart. Okay, right side, that is the carbon dioxide rich blood, and left side there is the oxygen rich blood. So oxygenated blood always present in a left side and right side, always in a both chamber atrium or ventricle. In a both chamber, right side of heart, that is always deoxygenated blood, and left side, this is oxygenated blood. Okay, so oxygen rich blood passes through the left side of the heart, and the carbon dioxide rich blood passes through the right side of the heart, right? In this slide, what you have seen here, how does blood flow through the heart? Okay, so here the blue color in this picture, you can see that is the deoxygenated blood, and when you see the red color arrows are there, so there that are the oxygenated blood. So in this picture you have seen there is the two, that is the flow of blood. Okay, so what we have seen in a right atrium, what is the enter from the left lung, oxygenated blood is enter. Okay, when this is enter, so it comes to the left ventricle. From the left ventricle it passes through the aorta, and aorta is the large atrium present in the heart. Okay, so this is supplies the all over our body. Oxygenated blood supply with the help of this aorta. Aorta nothing but that is the larger artery, okay, that provide or supply the oxygenated blood in your all body, right? And the next one, when this oxygenated blood supplied to the all over body, so all tissues getting the oxygen, when they are getting oxygen, next one is your blood is again deoxygenated. Okay, so when it is deoxygenated, it should come to the heart. Okay, how this is come to the heart? That is come with the help of inferior and superior vena cava. This inferior and superior vena cava is nothing but that is the larger vein. Okay, large vein that attach to the heart. Okay, so heart having the four great great vessels. Okay, great vessels, that are the one is pulmonary artery, pulmonary vein, superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Okay, what is the function of superior inferior? When we talking about the word, we are using vena cava. What is a vena cava? Means larger vein. Okay, when we call talking about the aorta nothing but we are talking about the artery, larger artery. Okay, and pulmonary artery and pulmonary vein, when we talking about that, so pulmonary because they are directly attached to the lungs, so that's why we are giving the name pulmonary artery and pulmonary veins. Okay, let's see actual what function is over there. Okay, so let's see here in the slide. You can see the deoxygenated blood comes into the right atrium. Okay, where it is, this is the this one here. You can see that blood is filled in this picture. Okay, so what happens over here? Deoxygenated blood, so means this one, this is the superior vena cava. Okay, what is the function of this superior vena cava? It collects the deoxygenated blood from the superior or upper side of your body. And here you can see this is the inferior vena cava. What is the function of this inferior vena cava? That collects the deoxygenated blood from the lower side of your body. Okay, so what is the requirement? Here this deoxygenated blood should be oxygenated. Okay, so how this happens? This happens with the help of when the blood is deoxygenated. Superior and inferior one vena cava collect this blood, and that blood is comes into the right atrium. Okay, what happens when that blood is come in a right atrium? Right atrium expands. Okay, here you can see the difference between left and right side. This is the left side. You can, that is not expand. When the blood filled it over the right atrium, this is expand, right? Here when this is expand, when the right atrium is expand, the right ventricle gets, when it is expand and then it contract. Okay, and after the contraction of this right atrium, the right ventricle get filled with the blood. Okay, so what happens here? You can see in the first slide you have seen this right atrium filled with the blood and expand. When it is contract, the here there is the valve. Okay, so what is the valve? This valve name is tricuspid valve. Okay, this tricuspid valve allows the blood to enter in a, this is the right ventricle. Okay, so this right atrium is contract, so this valve is open. When this valve is open, the bloods enter into right ventricle, right? And the next one is when this right blood enters into right atrium, what happens? The right ventricle get filled with blood and it expands, right? And the next one is atrium relax. The right ventricle is filled with blood. The right ventricle contracts. The next event happens when the bloods come here. The next event is the right ventricle contracts. Okay, and the blood flows to the lungs. Okay, how that flows to the lungs? That is goes through the this passage. Okay, what is that? That is the pulmonary artery. Okay, here this is the pulmonary artery. This pulmonary artery take the this deoxygenated blood into which side? Left lungs. Okay, when the blood reach to the left lungs, and lungs having the oxygen, so this oxygen is carried by the RBCs and blood goes to oxygenated, right? So which one carries from the right ventricles? Pulmonary artery taking this blood, and that blood transferred to the lungs for the oxygenation. Okay, when the one time is oxygenated, the next function of pulmonary veins. What is the function of this pulmonary veins? These pulmonary veins carry the oxygenated blood. Okay, where it is? This is the, this one, this. Okay, and from here. Okay, so this is the pulmonary vein. Okay, so this pulmonary vein, okay, pulmonary veins carries the oxygenated blood. Okay, pulmonary veins carry the oxygenated blood. Okay, deoxygenated blood is carried by the pulmonary artery, and pulmonary vein taking the oxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart, right? So here when you see that, so pulmonary veins carry the oxygenated blood, and that oxygenated blood is supplied to the, or that is carried by the left atrium. When this left atrium taking this blood, in this picture you can see clearly, you can see here this. Here you can see this one, this is structure. Okay, so here you can see this is filled with the blood. So which type of this blood? That is the oxygenated blood. This oxygenated blood, purified blood. Okay, so this oxygenated blood or oxygen rich blood enters the left atrium. Okay, so where it is left atrium? This is the left atrium, right? So when it oxygenated, this blood comes to. So how can we draw here? This blood is coming inside, okay, with the help of pulmonary veins. Okay, so oxygenated blood enters the left atrium. The left atrium gets filled with blood and expands, right? When one time this filled with blood and expand, then it contracts. Okay, when it expand and contract, the bicuspid valve, where it is, this valve is bicuspid valve. Okay, here that prevents the backflow of the atrium to the ventricle. Okay, so bicuspid valve is open when the atrium expand. So what happens? This valve is open and blood comes into the left ventricle. Okay, so this is the left ventricle. When one time this blood enters to the left ventricles get expand. Okay, so when the left ventricle expand, what happen? Expand, and the next procedure, what events happen? When a few seconds this is expand, afterwards it's contract. Okay, now the left ventricle contract, blood is pumped out. Okay, so from here blood is pumped out. Okay, where it is pumped out? To the heart, into the body, with the help of aorta. Okay, what is the aorta? That is the larger artery. What is the function of this larger artery? What is the function of this larger artery? Aorta, that is supplies the throughout the body oxygenated blood. Okay, so I hope this is clear to all. What actually happens? First, blood is come into the right atrium. What happens over here? The right atrium get expand. Okay, and this valve, okay, tricuspid valve is open and blood comes into the right ventricle. When the right ventricle contracts, blood goes out from the heart with the help of pulmonary artery. Where it is? This is here, pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery taking this blood to the lungs for the oxygenation. Okay, when this blood is oxygenated, what is the next procedure? The pulmonary veins. Okay, where it is? This is here. Okay, so these pulmonary veins taking this oxygenated blood to the heart again. Once again the heart get reached with the oxygenated blood. First it comes into the left atrium, then left atrium expand, and then here the valve is present. The name of this valve is bicuspid valve. Okay, so bicuspid valve is open, blood enters into the left ventricle. When the blood enters to the left ventricle expand. When the left ventricle expand, again the next event happens. What is that? That left ventricle will contract. When one time it contract, the blood goes to the aorta. Okay, so what is the function of aorta? Aorta, this oxygenated rich blood, that green color I am showing that. Okay, so this oxygenated blood is supplied to all over body with the help of this aorta. So this is the procedure for the oxygenation and deoxygenation of the blood, right? I hope this concept is clear. Okay, so that is conducting system. Okay, so this conducting system in the next video we will learn about in detail. Okay, what happens actually in reality? Both the left and right atrium contract and expand together. Okay, for the understanding we are study it the separately. Okay, so what happens here? The right atrium and the right sorry and the left atrium both are contracting together, so both blood enters into same time. In the same time both atrium contract in the same way. Similarly, both the right and left ventricles contract and expand at the same time. Where it is, that is the right ventricle and the left ventricle expand and contract at the same time. Okay, so for the understanding, we are studying it one by one, right? Okay, so in this picture you can see the both one. Okay, right and left both contract in the same time. In this picture, this one here, this is the aorta. Okay, where it is, this is the this one. Okay, in this slide that is clear. So oxygen rich blood. Okay, this is oxygen rich blood supplied to all over the body. Okay, I hope this concept is clear to all. Okay, so this is the way of understanding, or you can properly understand the function or conducting system of heart. Okay, so for this few minute revision, heart is divided into four chambers. Okay, heart having the four chambers. Okay, and divided into two side, left side. Okay, the left side, and this is the right side. Don't be confused the sides. Okay, because all over working action of heart that depends on the sides. Okay, so both side. Okay, and this side is divided with the help of the septum. Okay, when you see the chambers, heart having the four chamber, upper chamber. Okay, upper chamber called the atrium, lower chamber called the ventricles, right? The next one is always the left side. Okay, what you have seen, the left side is always oxygenated blood, and the right side always the deoxygenated or carbon dioxide rich blood, right? And these all chambers having the valve. Okay, means the heart having the four valve. Okay, which that is the first is tricuspid valve. Okay, that is present over here. Okay, this one, this valve, and this valve, and here the pulmonary valve also present in both pulmonary artery and pulmonary veins. So that name is pulmonary septum or pulmonary valve. Okay, or semilunar valve, right? And these valve, this is important for your examination. Which is important, that is the name of valve. Okay, so here that is the tricuspid valve. Okay, why this is tricuspid? Because this it have the three valves. Okay, three flaps. And bicuspid, why this is bicuspid? Because it having only two flap. What is the flap? When you see the door, there is a single flap. Okay, when you two doors are present in the single way, single entrance, so that is the by. Okay, so flap means the flap or door. Okay, so here when this is the three flaps, or so tricapsid, and where it is present, tricapsid, always remember tricapsid present in right side, bicapsid present in a left side. Okay, so bi in a left and tri in a right side. Okay, and then ventricles divided with the help of septum, right? I hope this all concept is clear to all. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you all students.